Hello and welcome guys, this is Ashutosh and I welcome you all in this new video tutorial session of power electronics. Here I have presented over here boost converter. Guys, earlier we saw buck converter and we saw the waveforms and the circuit diagram and the simulation. Now today we are going to explore this circuit and we are going to see the waveforms. So what are the waveforms? I will show you the waveforms. These are the waveforms. Select square wave voltage. So this is the square wave voltage. Then what is the shape of inductor current? You can clearly see the inductor current from here. Okay, and the diode current you can see from here. This is the diode current, and capacitor current. This is the capacitor current. So guys, you can clearly see here during on time the inductor is charged. The inductor charging current is increasing, as you can see from the diagram. Here is the diagram. If I can zoom in here, okay, during on period the charging current is increasing, and during off period the charging current is decreasing. Here you can see. And during on period diode does not conduct, so here zero output, no current for diode. And during off period diode conducts, so there is a current, diode current. And during on period there is no current in capacitor, but during off period capacitor current conducts. So you can clearly see here the waveforms. Now I am putting these waveforms beside this simulation circuit of boost converter. So what is the working of this boost converter, and we will see. So let's start guys. Okay, so let's start and we will go to our PowerPoint presentation. Here we have seen earlier the buck converter. As you can see over here, buck converter. Earlier we see this is called step down chopper, DC to DC chopper, or it is also called converter. But today, and we saw earlier the waveforms of buck converter. Now we will see the boost converter working. These will be the waveforms of buck converter, but now today we are going to see boost converter. What is boost converter? And basically it is a step up chopper, because the voltage at the output is increased. That's why it is called boost converter. Now the circuit diagram you can see from here. There is a voltage source. Now inductor is connected from this voltage source, and now switch is here. Then there is another switch, diode is connected here. Then a capacitor is connected across the load, and load is purely resistive in case we have taken here. Now what is boost converter? You can clearly see DC-DC converters are also known as choppers, and here we will have a look at the step up chopper or boost converter, which increases the input DC voltage. Here you can see which increases the input DC voltage to a specified DC output voltage. The input voltage source is connected to an inductor. From the diagram you can clearly see the input voltage source is connected to the inductor, and the solid state device which operates as a switch is connected across the source. You can clearly see the solid state device, this could be IGBT or MOSFET, is connected across the DC supply. Here you can see this is the DC supply voltage source. This is inductor connected in series, but this solid state switching device is connected across the DC voltage source. And the diode, second switch is used as a diode. The diode is connected to a capacitor and the load, and the two are connected in parallel. As you can see from here, this is the diode, another switch, and a capacitor is connected. So basically this is connected across the load, and load is we have taken resistive load, pure resistive load. So the inductor connected to input source leads to a constant input current. Guys, you can change the shape of current by setting the value of inductance. Okay, when you change the value of inductance, the current shape is changed and it becomes continuous whenever you increase the value of inductance. Thus, the boost converter is seen as the constant current input source and the load can be seen as a constant voltage source. The control switch is turned on and turned off by using pulse width modulation. PWM technique is used. Here you can see in the diagram. Guys, in the diagram you can see my PSIM simulation circuit. This is the square wave generated or PWM technique, which is I have selected IGBT and then the gate terminal is connected from the on-off controller and a voltage square wave generator, and the frequency I have set 1000 Hz and the duty cycle I have kept here 0.5. As you can see here, the duty cycle is 0.5. And this is on-off controller. This is called on-off controller, and this is the square wave generator, which frequency is 1000 Hz and duty cycle is 0.5. Okay, so basically what is the output we are getting from this square wave generator? You can see from here, from runtime graph square wave, you can see the output waveform of square wave. This is the output waveform of square wave you can see from here. Okay, now see the PowerPoint presentation, guys, again. Okay, so basically boost converter operates in two modes, on state mode and off state mode. You can see later the function. So a boost converter is one of the simplest type of switch mode converter. As the name suggests, it takes an input voltage and boosts or increases the voltage. So guys, you can clearly see the voltage at output is increased. All it consists of is an inductor, a semiconductor switch. These days it's a MOSFET, since you can get really nice ones these days, because MOSFET is really fast switching device, a diode and a capacitor. Also needed is a source of a periodic square wave. So this can be something in hardware circuit as simple as 555 timer is used, or even a dedicated switch mode power supply IC like famous MC34063A IC is used. So guys, now we will see the working of boost converter. What is the working? So basically earlier we described the working of buck converter. So it is same in case of boost converter. It also works in two modes, on state mode and off state mode. So see here, basically what happens when this is the mode 1, when switch is on, diode is off. Guys, when switch is on, so basically this switch acts as a short circuit and the diode is reverse biased in this mode, so it does not conduct. So rest of the circuit from the diode is disconnected. Here is disconnected, and what happens, the switch is on. When this switch is short circuited, the switch is on, therefore a short circuit ideally offering zero resistance to the flow of current. So the whole current, charging current, flows through this circuit. And what happens, the switch is on, all the current will flow through the switch from here and back to the DC input source. Let us say the switch is on for a time t on, is off for time t off. So guys, what happens during this period, the inductor induces EMF and there will be a polarity, plus at left side, minus at right side, and the current inside inductor increases. So you know, the inductor stores electromagnetic energy, so it stores the energy during this period. So this is the on mode, on period. And what happens, points to be noted, the inductor current is continuous, and this is made possible by selecting an appropriate value of L. you can change the value of the shape of current. It becomes continuous when you increase the value of inductance, and the inductor current in steady state rises from a value with a positive slope to a maximum value during the on state, and then drops back down to the initial value with a negative slope. We will see in the waveform the increase and decrease the charging and discharging current of inductor, and therefore the net change of inductor current over any one complete cycle is 0. And what happens in the second mode? What happens in the second mode? In this mode, the switch is off. The switch remains off. Guys, this is the main switch and this is off, but diode conducts. Diode will be on, forward bias during this mode. And what happens? Inductor changes its polarity. Now the polarity becomes here. It will be minus at left side and plus at right side. And what happens? You can see in another diagram. Okay, later we will see. It will be minus and it will be positive. Okay, it reverses its polarity whenever the switch is off. And what happens in this mode? The polarity of inductor is reversed. Polarity, earlier the polarity was here, it was plus, but now guys this becomes minus and this becomes positive. Okay, little correction is there. Okay, this will be negative and this will be positive. So in this mode the polarity of inductor is reversed, the energy stored in the inductor is released, and what happens? Current flows through diode and this capacitor and this resistive load, and this is the path of current, and this switch is off. So what happens? The energy stored in the inductor is released and is ultimately dissipated in the load resistance, and this helps to maintain the flow of current in the same direction through the load and also step up the output voltage. So we get higher voltage across this resistive load. As the inductor is now also acting as a source in conjunction with the input source, the total voltage will be here the addition of input voltage plus this inductor voltage. So guys, this will be the waveforms. This is the on time, during on time, and this is the off time. So during on time, inductor current increases from some value at some value. Okay, it does not increase from 0 value, there will be some value. So at particular value it increases charging current, and then during turn off it decreases. Then charging current increases and then decreases. And what happens guys? This is the capacitor current. During on period, diode also does not conduct and capacitor also does not conduct any current. But during off mode, capacitor current. So we will directly go to our PSIM simulation and we will see the waveforms. What is the working in waveforms? So this is the PSIM simulation. Here you can see what is the waveform. I have selected VDC of 9 volt. You can see here inductor. This is inductor of 0.0044 Henry. So it becomes 4.4 millihenry, and then this is the IGBT. In this diagram I have selected IGBT. You can rename it. This is the IGBT. An on-off controller is connected through its gate terminal. Then square wave generator, frequency is set 1000 Hz, duty cycle is 0.5 Hz. You can see from here, this is the diode. You can change the name of diode D. And then current probe is connected for measurement of current through diode. There is a current probe for measurement of current in inductor. Then load current you can measure. This is capacitor of 0.00044 farad. You can rename it. Okay, and this is the resistive load of 100 ohm R load. Now we will see the output waveform. What are the waveforms? Okay guys, now select square wave voltage output waveform. So this is basically square wave generated. You can change the frequency as well. Okay, later we will change the frequency and we will see what happens. Okay, now you can select inductor current. What is the inductor current? This is the inductor current. You can see this is the charging current, then discharging current, charging and discharging, and it takes place. And what happens? Diode current you can clearly see from diagram. This is the on period. I am taking axis. Okay, so see here. Okay, see here, this is the axis and this is the on time. So during on time, charging current increases. You can see, I can zoom in this waveform. Okay, this is the on period. So charging current in inductor, it increases. It is increasing, keep increasing. And during on period, no diode current conducts, because diode is reverse biased and it does not conduct. All the current flows through the short circuited path. Also we can see capacitor current. This is the capacitor current. So you can clearly see, guys, capacitor also does not conduct during this period T on time. This is the T on time and this is the T off time. So what happens in T off time? Now I'm putting this axis at T off duration. Okay, so this is T off. Now charging current of inductor increases. It releases its energy. Whatever the energy is stored was stored previously. Now diode conducts and it conducts current. You can clearly see from here, this is the diode current and this is the capacitor also conducts a current. So these are the waveforms, guys. Okay, now you can also change the frequency of square wave generator. Now it can if you put 500, so PWM frequency is changed. Now it becomes 500. Now you can see the change in square wave voltage. Okay, frequency is decreased. Now you can see, and now you can select inductor current. So this is the inductor current, same, and this is the diode current you can see, and this is the capacitor current you can see from here. So this is the on period. You can see I am putting the axis here. This is the on time, this is the off time. So this is on time, charging current is there, discharging current of inductor is there, no diode current is 0, but during off time diode conducts and during off time capacitor also conducts the current. And also you can see the output waveform load current. You can see this is the load current, and load current becomes continuous when the value of inductor increases. When you increase the inductance, it increases. Suppose you change the value of inductor 0.02, change the value of inductance. Now you can see the inductor current, it becomes continuous load current. Okay, you can see here, you can see it becomes continuous. And when you increase the inductance, again increase the value of inductance. Now you put 0.22, okay, Henry. Now it becomes, again see the waveform of load current. This is square wave, and see the output current. So you can clearly see here, it becomes continuous. Okay, it becomes continuous. And also as you increase the value of inductance, the output current becomes continuous by increasing. Now we increase 10 Henry. Okay, now see the output current. This is the square wave voltage. Then select load current. Now you see, now you can clearly see this is increasing. Okay, so this is becomes continuous. So this was our first diagram, and you can also draw the same diagram by using this circuit, guys. So I am importing my second circuit. Okay, this is the second circuit. I have selected here MOSFET. The IGBT was selected in previous diagram, and you can redraw the circuit by using MOSFET, because it is the fastest switch. Okay, so nowadays MOSFET is used. And now I have connected gating block. Okay, you can see gating block, and I have set the frequency 500, and switching points mean conducting angle. The conduction period of this MOSFET is from 0 degree to 180 degree. And this is the gating block, you can clearly see, and you can see here the output waveform as well. Select square wave, So this is the square wave. Now select inductor current. Select inductor current. So this is the charging current, as you can see over here. Then diode current you can see. So this is the diode current during off period, and this is the capacitor current. You can clearly see from this diagram, because I have changed the circuit, okay, change the value. So by changing the values you can change the shape of current. Okay, so here this is on period and this is off period. I am putting the axis. This is on period, you can see here, or this is on period, any one you can select. So this is the on period, then charging current increases, and then this is the off period, the inductor charging current decreases, and this is the diode current during off period, and this is the capacitor current during off period, and you can see the load current as well. Okay, so guys, this is the circuit of boost converter, and you can also simulate same circuit in this PSIMS software. So that's it for today. Till then, goodbye.